I just want to let everybody know who you are, and you're a good speaker. God bless you. Come on, take the microphone.
Thank you. Oh, it's a pleasure and it's an honor to be here today. How y'all doing today? Make some noise for yourself, first and foremost. I'm going to go ahead and put my timer on because I know how I can be because I am a teacher, but I'm a public speaker too, y'all, so I got to make sure I give myself a limit. First of all, I want to thank the Bolingbrook Black History Club for this award. I am absolutely honored because when I think of the Hall of Fame, y'all, I think of like Jesse White, for example. To be mentioned in the same sentence is an honor. When I think of the Hall of Fame, I think of myself being done, but I'm here to tell y'all that I'm just getting started. I'm not done at all. And the thing about it is, if you don't know my name, that's fine, because my purpose in life is not to elevate my name, it's to elevate our ancestors' names. And there are so many of them that we do not know, and that's my life's mission. Do you understand, y'all, that according to a Harvard study in 2012, they said when black children are taught to have racial pride, they perform better academically. Now, I want you to juxtapose that to what we see going on around the country right now. And what does that tell you what's going on? Just because we don't see videos every week now of black men and black women being killed or laid down does not mean that there is not a war against your very existence right now. Your history is regal, it's royal, and it is illustrious. There is a reason why there are forces out there trying to ban it. Now, it's being proposed as critical race theory, but as an educator, I'm here to tell you that ain't nobody teaching critical race theory in school. That's college level. But we are teaching black history. And what I'm seeing is districts around the country are saying that you can't teach black history. I saw a district in another state saying we can't do Black History Month because they feel as though that's critical race theory. What's critical is that we understand and remember who we are. That's what's critical for our existence. If the study by Harvard is saying that we perform better academically when we are taught racial pride, then why isn't black history mandated in every district around the country? The fact is, if that's a fact and we are seeing ourselves at the bottom of these statistics, then that means that our system has not adjusted to it, and then they are in turn teaching our children to be inferior. You got to think about it, y'all, because somebody said it. Now, I didn't like the way it was presented, but somebody said it. Our history starts before 1619. Now, I want to tell y'all something real quick, and I need y'all to repeat this, right? They made a mistake. Say it again for me. They made a mistake. I want to tell y'all about this guy real quick named Prince Abdul Rahman Sori. He was kidnapped at the age of 26 in 1788 from West Africa and what is now Guinea, from a kingdom called, and I'm probably going to mispronounce this, but Futa Jilong. When he was captured, he understood in his mind that they made a mistake. Why? Because not only was he not born a slave, because none of our ancestors were, we were enslaved, but he was actually the heir to the kingdom. So when he was kidnapped, y'all, he realized and understood that, y'all made a mistake. What are you doing? That's not where I'm supposed to be. He was educated in Timbuktu in West Africa, the first university in the world, if we're not going to include Kemet in ancient Egypt, which our people are from. He spoke 5 languages. 5. So when they tell you that our ancestors were illiterate and couldn't speak or couldn't read, they talking about in English, y'all, because we spoke other languages. And here I am up here only speaking 2. English and Ebonics, which is an official language, by the way. We call it AAVE now. He commanded a 2,000-person army. When he arrived in Mississippi, shout out to my folks. I got folks from Mississippi. Make some noise. Yeah, Bolton, Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi. Let's go. When he arrived at that plantation in Mississippi, y'all, he said, "This is primitive." Why did he say that? Because he was juxtaposing it to where he came from. But here I am, born in 1987, and all the images I saw of Africa growing up made me think that we came from a place of poverty. No, the place was forced to be impoverished the same way the hood was created. We ain't ghetto. We lived in the ghetto. Some of us live in the ghetto, but the ghetto was created. That's not our condition. That's not where we're from. Where he came from, they had sophisticated villages, sophisticated communities. They had a constitution with laws, but we don't learn about that. He knew in his mind he shouldn't be a slave, and he fought tooth and nail every day of his life until after 40 years he was freed and he returned back to his village. Why was that? Because there was a guy who came, who was from Britain, came to America. He was a doctor. This white guy saw him and said, "What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be a slave." And I'm thinking in his mind, he probably said, "Yeah, I know, because they made a mistake." This doctor recognized him because when he was along the coast of West Africa, he was shipwrecked. And who helped him? Prince Abdul Rahman Sori. You understand what I'm saying? That when we talk about karma, things come back around. And he began to advocate on his behalf until he was freed 40 years later. He never stopped believing it. He never stopped knowing that he was not a slave. Because like I told you before, y'all, they made a mistake. So as I sit here before y'all accepting this award, I want you to understand that the mistake was already made. And by us remembering who we are and where we come from, we undo that mistake. Now, we know the plan and we know it was intentional, but we have to know in our mind that was never our condition, and we was never supposed to be that. So as I accept this award, I'm honored. I'm speechless. Well, not really. I'm never speechless. Not really. You know, Terry, I'm never speechless. But what I mean is, by elevating these stories, by elevating our ancestors, we, as I like to say, will reclaim our crowns. Black folks out there, we don't have to make progress. We were here already. We've been here. We created the foundation. Greece and Rome, they came to Africa to learn. Imhotep, the first doctor in the world, set the foundation for Hippocrates and the Hippocratic Oath that we see in doctors' offices. We've been did this. The first dentist, that was us. All that. See, that's that Ebonics coming out. Reclaim your crown, black people. Understand and study. The schools might not teach it, but we must do it. And that's why I do this all the time online. And before I go, I gotta say, if you having issues with this, I got a TikTok page. Holla at me, at Mr. Crim 3. Thank you, y'all.